Welcome to a brand new save from the FM touchline. As in this series, we travel back in time to the 98-99 season, where we'll be taking over as the Arsenal manager. Throughout the save, we'll be looking to utilise our knowledge of the last 25 years in footballing history to rewrite the past. Obviously, Arsenal had the unbeatable season a few years after the 98-99 season. However, since that time, and up until this year, haven't looked like they're going to win the title again. But we're looking to change that. Like I said, we're going to utilise our knowledge. We're going to go in and try and find some of the greatest youngsters that have been in the past 25 years, bring them to Arsenal early and look to develop and grow their skills within the Premier League. So look, hopefully you enjoy the save, join along the series, and if you have anyone that you would like to see us try and join, please leave a like in the comments in the section below. As we have a quick look at the season preview, we can see that Arsenal are predicted to finish second, behind the likes of Manchester United and just in front of Chelsea and Liverpool. Having a look at the Dream 11, we've got very much a Chelsea heavy back four. However, we do have an agent, David Seaman, Petty and Bergkamp from our team. And having a bit of a closer look at some of the players, this Arsenal squad consists of the likes of David Seaman in goal, obviously 34 years old here, but extremely good numbers and extremely good obviously abilities. In centre back, you've got Tony Adams, again 31 years old. The common theme with this Arsenal team at the moment is very heavily ageing towards the back and the defence. But as we see a bit further forward, we've got some real good quality youngsters coming through. And talking of the youngsters, one of the best ones in midfield, Patrick Vieira, currently rated at 4 stars with the ability to 4.5, but really good qualities within that, and it's probably going to be a rock within our midfield for the years. As we look at the striker position, you can see here we got Nicolas Nelka, 19 years of age, 5-star potential ability, one of those ones who probably accumulated a hell of a lot of transfer fees as he went on his career, but we'll see if he maybe stays at Arsenal a little longer this time. Some of you may be thinking, where's Mr. Thierry Henry, Mr. Arsenal himself? But in this save, he's still at Juventus. So it'll be one of those to see if we can maybe get him in early. Obviously, 20 years of age there. Let's have a quick look and ask the agent about availability. And it looks like we can maybe bring him in. Probably a bit higher than we actually have. But let's have a quick look at the budgets for the season ahead. Right, so looking at the budgets for the first season, we've got just over 8 million in the transfer budget and current wage budget of 540,000, which we are very close to. So it might be the case of having a look at our squad, seeing who we can potentially move on. There's probably quite a few within a decent transfer value range, which we won't be using. So we'll have a quick look through here and see if we can maybe move some people on. Just noticed there, Canu, 21 years old, what play he was back in the day. So yeah, we'll probably look to move a few people on, maybe not too many. Like you said, the core of the defence is probably quite old, so we're not going to get a huge amount. And obviously the quality we have at the second, probably not best to move them on straight away. As we look forward, the projections for the transfer budgets, actually at the end of the year, that jumps up a huge amount and then continues to grow as we go throughout the save. So with the theme of looking at youngsters and trying to build for the future, I've started to put together a very short scouting list to start with. Like I said, it's probably going to be missing a load of names that are very familiar here. So if you've got anyone that's not on the list, please leave a comment and I'll have a look to see if we can get them on board. But to start with, we got the likes of Henry, Ferdinand, Pirlo, Xavi, Puyol, Lampard, Casillas, Ronaldinho, which we actually have a bid in for at the second, Gerrard, Kaká, Vidic, Robin, Torres, Van Persie, Ribery. I think we've offered a contract from that perspective as well, and obviously John Terry. So obviously a very short list there. There's probably a heap of names that I can't even think of. There will be players who are added as the years go on, so they might not be available right now. But that's just an idea of the kind of calibre that we're going to be looking to bring on board. Obviously, the wage budget isn't quite there at the moment, so we've got a bid in for Henry on loan with the potential to obviously buy next season. But look, I'll keep you updated with any movements and any signings that we make. Right, that didn't take long to make our first signing. Actually, a day later, we get the confirmation of Frank Ribery. Although because he's signed on a pre-contract, this one actually won't go through for another year and a half, another 2 years potentially. Another two years or so. But look, obviously a good one. Only 15-year-old, so be 17 when he comes. So a very good one to bring in for the future. As you can see on screen, our second signing of the season, I guess really the first proper one that's going to be coming in and impacting this season, is the main man Thierry Henry, bringing him in on loan with the mandatory future fee of only 13 million. And I believe he's already way worth that fee, so a bit of a bargain there, and bringing Henry back to Arsenal. So our first sale of the season, mainly to actually bring some more funds into the club. It's not one what I probably made because Petit is obviously an extremely good player, but obviously 18 million to Real Madrid. Obviously, like I say, he's a very good player within the game, but it gives us that option to bring in some more youth, and hopefully in the next few minutes I'll be able to confirm a few more deals. So obviously we just sold Petit, and with that money we were able to bring in Ronaldinho. Really bargain bucket deal here, 3.4 mil. Let's accept that into club. They did want a loan back, but we rejected that. But as you can see, some very decent stats. And although the scout report says B minus, we all know that he can become an absolute superstar within game. So let's hopefully we can make him obviously live up to what he obviously delivered in real life. Another signing to be confirmed is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 16-year-old striker, coming in on a free transfer. Really good one to bring in as we look forward. Obviously, bringing into that strikes force of the likes of Henry, Bergkamp, Anelka as well, Kanu. So really building a strong, obviously, the front line for Arsenal. Again, scout reports not showing much, but we can see obviously only 16-year-old. We can really look to bring him into some games and really upskill as we go throughout the years. Right, our fourth signing of the season. Not one what you'd have probably been thinking about, but Kieran Dyer, very versatile, very well-rounded player, and I think towards the right back we'll be looking to play him. Probably fits in quite well. Obviously got Ashley Cole on the left-hand side, and Kieran Dyer will slot in that right-hand side, bring a bit of youth to the team. So we have signed our replacement for Emmanuel Petit. As you can see here, we signed Frank Lampard from West Ham. We've got him for 8.75 million, and he will slot straight into that midfield alongside Patrick Vieira. Right, that now takes us up to the curtain raiser for the season. We are up against Man United, having a quick look at the United squad. Obviously managed by Sir Alex Ferguson. Let's have a look at a few names. We've got Dennis Irwin. They've signed Salgado this month. Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Andy Cole, should I say. Yap Stam on the bench. Beckham as well. But it'll be interesting to see which team lines up against us for this, obviously, FA Charity Shield. And for our team for the game, we have gone with Seaman in goal, Dyer, Adams, Keown and Cole across the back four. Ronaldinho, Lampard, Vieira and Parla across the middle. Bergkamp and Henry up top. Actually, I think I might shift out Parla for Overmars. Obviously, Overmars does play there, to be fair. So yeah, let's put in Overmars and let's get into the game. So the Man United game, or team should I say, for the game ahead is Schmeichel in goal, Neville Stam, Ronnie Johnson, Phil Neville, Beckham, Butt, Keane, Giggs, Scholes and Andy Cole up top. Very recognisable squad from there. Should be an interesting test to see how we actually get on and how some of our youngsters actually integrate into this new team. And to be fair, this Man United team are probably very young still as well. So we're underway, kicking from left to right. Adams to Dyer to Bergkamp. We have tried to make a few more signings. There isn't much left in the transfer kitty. Trying to maybe bring a few loan signs. Tried to get a Nesta in a minute ago, but he was asking for too much wage, so I was unable to bring him in. Adams playing the ball over top to Ronaldinho, cleared by Neville. Lampard to Henry, across to over Mars, but cut out there. Scholes with the ball. This is a very good, like I said before, a very good young Man United team. They're probably going to drive us all the way forward to the end of the season, and will definitely be a challenge to try and obviously topple them from their predicted first place. But it's Giggs running through, easy shot, easy save from Seaman to start with. So we're underway, kicking from left to right. Adams to Dyer to Bergkamp. We have tried to make a few more signings. There isn't much left in the transfer kitty. Trying to maybe bring a few loan signs. Tried to get a Nesta in a minute ago, but he was asking for too much wage, so I was unable to bring him in. Adams playing the ball over top to Ronaldinho, cleared by Neville. Lampard to Henry, across to over Mars, but cut out there. Scholes with the ball. This is a very good, like I said before, a very good young Man United team. They're probably going to drive us all the way forward to the end of the season, and will definitely be a challenge to try and obviously topple them from their predicted first place. But it's Giggs running through, easy shot, easy save from Seaman to start with. Right, next highlight sees Overmars driving into box, cross to Henry, cleared by Stan, but intercepted again from Overmars, who drives it forward, long range shot, straight down the throat of Schmeichel. Good promising signs early on, although it's straight into a United highlight with Bat on the right hand side to Gary Neville, back to Bat, bring it inside, bring it back to Stam, to Johnson, out to Gary Neville. Such a brilliant United team this, to be fair, although Butt pressured there, all the way back to Schmeichel. Let's see where this highlight leads, into Scholes, all the way back to the keeper again, Schmeichel. Bit of a weird highlight this. Johnson into Keane, ball over the top to Giggs, taking on Dyer. Giggs gets to the byline, cuts it back to Keane, whipped into Beckham and headed over the bar. Bit of a let off there. United with the better of the early play. Right, Bergkamp with the free kick. Looks like he might go for goal here. Did score a good one in pre-season. Whips the ball over. Stam with the clearance off the line. That is probably our best chance to date so far. From the resulting corner, Overmars looking to whip it in. Whips it across. Bergkamp at the back post. Cleared there for United. Lampard to pick up the ball and drive in. Can we create something from this? Looks like it's cut it back to Vieira. Nowhere to really go. Whips it across to Bergkamp. Cleared then by Stam. Ever presence in the United defence. And Vieira with a hopeful long range shot. What goes flying over the bar. Right, 65 minutes gone now. Might be time to make some changes. Let's have a quick look. A few tiring legs, obviously still start of the season. Let's bring Henry off for Anelka. Ronaldinho isn't having the best of games, so let's bring him on off Lundberg. And I think that'll be it for now. Maybe keep an eye on Lampard. He is starting to tire slightly. But next highlight brings Seaman to lump the ball forward to Overmars, who loses the ball out to Bat. Long ball over the top to Andy Cole. Could probably had time to actually bring it down and take on Seaman, but for some reason headed it straight back. It's Arsenal to bring it forward from Vieira to Lampard. Again, loses the ball out in midfield to Bat. Probably that sign of that youngster needs to really have a few games under his belt to look to improve. Neville bring it forward to Bat. Ball over top and Ashley Cole to clear. But United still to press on. Long ball over top to Giggs into the middle, and a fantastic save there by Seaman, but did look a bit offside, and that is a Arsenal free kick. Giggs now to whip the ball across. Cleared there. It's only as far as Scholes. Back out to Keane, who's challenged by Vieira, but back to Keane into Beckham. Again, through to Cole. and it looks like it is 1-0. And I think Kieran Dyer was playing him on there from the right hand side, and it's Andy Cole who makes no mistake of that. As you can see here, Johnson into Keane, to Beckham, to Scholes, who just peels off the defender and smashes it past Seaman. And that is 1-0 to Man United. Ashley Cole isn't having the best of games, so let's bring him off for Winterburn. Let's go a bit more attacking. Let's demand a bit more. Hasn't been the worst of games, but it looks like this one is going to be a result in a 1-0 loss. Could have been our first bit of silverware, but unfortunately it is Man United to pick up, let's say, the cup early on. Don't really need to see them lift it. But that's it. Not a bad way to start. Could have been better, but ultimately it's only the Charity Shield. Obviously it only counts as part of the season if you win it, so not to worry from that side. And we'll have a quick look at the scheduled fixtures. Obviously we start with some tough fixtures, to be fair, with Liverpool, Newcastle and Man United. But I'll probably look to bring you back around the Nottingham Forest and Wimbledon game as we close out the transfer window. Like I say, unless we really move some people on, we're probably not going to have much obviously revenue to spend, but we'll see, and we'll update you when you come back. But look, obviously thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it, and like I said, leave a comment for anyone you'd like to see for us to try and sign, or even just review their stats, and hopefully see you on the next time.